So you say you're gonna move over here to Thailand. How long will you stay? A month? 3 months? 6? Will you even make it a full year? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to beautiful Chiang Mai. I am at what I call the Treehouse Restaurant. I did a video on that, probably one of my second or third videos I did. But it is rainy season. It is raining, which may have you get cabin fever. So I wanted to get out of the house and come talk about something that may impact you when you're talking about your move over here. So imagine that you have made a decision to come here, and you even came and put boots on the ground for a month, and you decided this is what I really want. So let's talk about 5 reasons why you may not stay, why you may pack up and head back to your country. These 5 reasons in no particular order. Alright, so number 5 is burning season. I did a whole video just dedicated to the burning season, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on this. But this past burning season, throughout that time period, those few months, Chiang Mai was ranked either number 1 or number 2 as the most polluted air in the world. And it was bad, and in that video I detailed that thousands of people go to the hospital with respiratory problems because of it. Many people travel somewhere else during that season, but there are a lot of people that says, you know what, this is too impactful on my life. There was one forum where a husband talked about his pregnant wife, and that they didn't mind traveling during the burning season. They did those kind of things, but he couldn't imagine his wife being pregnant and having to deal with the air pollution and in and out. So that's just one situation. Also, what if you get to the age where you say, you know what, I'm tired of traveling. I'm tired of traveling down south to the beaches to get away from this. I want stability. And that is one of the reasons why people will move back to their original country. Number 4 is family and friends. So one of the hardest things I did was leaving family and friends. So some of these friends I'd worked with for a couple of decades, and we would spend time together away from work. And once I was leaving, I spent time with some of these friends, and it was hard just saying goodbye to them. But also family. Now, I have a cousin, Mark. I hope you're watching, Mark. Mark is very good about getting family together. And when I say family, we're talking 20, 30, 40 people for barbecues during the 4th of July, Christmas parties, any big events about graduation. He was always there to make sure that family got together. And to be honest, I'm going on a year here, and I miss those family dynamics, those family get-togethers. But to go any further, or go a little further than that, my mother still lives in Florida, and I miss her. I try to talk to her once a week, at least once a week, but it's not the same as being there. And what I've learned through my research and talking to people, there are times where people leave to go back to the United States or whatever country they're from, because if you're my age, I'm 56, yeah, I'm 56 years old. And so, my mother's in her late 70s. Fortunately, I have aunts. She has sisters and brothers there, as well as other relatives that kind of keep an eye on her. But there's so many situations that you can read on different forums where people go back home because of elderly parents, our parents that are now sick and they need them to come back home. So that is reason number 4. Reason number 3, I think some people miss the familiar. What do I say about that? So let me speak in terms of someone from the United States. If you go and you move somewhere near the old city or Niman, maybe out in Hang Dong that has a high population of expats, then you will be able to communicate on a regular basis. Signs will be in English and you will probably be okay. But what if you live outside in a rural area? Like for me, Dorset has everything I need, but there's a lot of Dorset that the signs are in Thai, and I'll be honest with you, it can get frustrating when I can't read the signs. And when I say frustrating in the sense that when I'm riding on my motorbike and I pass all of these shops, what am I missing? What am I missing because I can't read the signs? And that's nobody's fault but mine. It's the same thing with language barrier. There's some language barrier there, and if you're not comfortable being outside of your comfort zone, then it can be a problem. You know, in America, I spent all my life, you know, speaking English, and it hasn't been a problem. It's very normal. But I've had people say that it's hard to stay in a country where they don't speak the language, and a lot of people don't speak English, so that could be tough. But I also listened to this interview where this guy talked about why he's moving back to America, because he was sick of driving on the left side of the road. He was tired of Lazada. He wanted his Amazon Prime back. So we get used to things that are familiar to us, and we want to get back to that. And so that is reason number 3 that some people move back to their country, is because they miss the familiar. Reason number 2, boredom. That's right, boredom. What I've learned, because I studied retirement prior to retiring, because I know there can be some pitfalls. And one of the things that I learned was that you have to have a purpose when you retire. You have to have something to do. I've known people that have retired. They sit on the sofa, they drink all day, they watch Netflix, and that's about it. But over here, I made sure that when I came over here that I had a plan. And one of those plans is what I'm doing right now, which is doing YouTube. You know, my purpose is I really wanted to create content to help people make an informed decision on whether or not they may want to move to this area, Chiang Mai, or Thailand in general, which I'm going to be doing some traveling and dealing with other places also. But boredom is something that people finally say, you know what, I have nothing to do, and if I'm going to be bored, I'd rather be bored back around my friends and family, and just at least being around a familiar environment. And so boredom, there's forums out there that talks about how people, as they exit the country, they say the reason why they are leaving is because they are bored. Confession. There was a break in the rain and I made a run for it. So I'm safely inside the vehicle right now. But let's go to number 1. Money. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You know, Fred, you made all these videos on how affordable Chiang Mai is. How can money be an issue? Inflation is not that bad over there, right? No, it's not. It's not. But this can happen for unforeseen circumstances. It can happen because of choices. So let's talk about that. So say you come over here on a fixed income, so to speak. You're on Social Security. And let's make that Social Security $1,700 a month, which I think is the average from America, $1,700 a month. Maybe you had some savings. You sold some stuff, you had some savings. You come over here and maybe there's a major medical major medical condition you have that you have to address, and you don't have insurance, so you go to your savings, and say that wipes out a lot of that savings. And then let's say you meet someone, you fall in love. Maybe she has kids, or maybe he has kids, or you decide to have kids together. So your cost of living may increase a little from that. So those are two situations that can happen right there. But what about if you don't make that transition? And what I mean by that transition, what if you don't make that transition from vacation mode to, say, retirement mode? And what I mean by that, we come over here, our mentality is, I got this much money I'm going to spend. And, I know when I came over here, I spent more money transitioning until I learned, how to do things, how to be more efficient in the way I do things, and especially cost efficient. But a lot of people don't. They want to continue to eat the Western foods. They want to continue to stay in party mode, maybe. And so they never fully make that transition. And when you're on a fixed income, this is it. You have to work within certain perimeters, so that can be a problem. So what I wanted to do, folks, is I just wanted to take time to talk about some things that can shatter your dreams. I know we watch a lot of YouTube, and you see people over there living their best life, and many are living their best life. But, behind those curtains, there are some things that may have to be addressed if you want to stay, and not just in this country, but in any country long term. So that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment. If you've been here and you've had to leave, or you're thinking about coming here and you have some concerns, I would love to have that discussion down in the comments, please. But as always, I appreciate you coming along every week with me. I love you all. And if you feel so inclined, I'll leave a link. You can buy me a coffee, and I keep on working toward bringing you some good content, even if you don't leave a coffee. But no, just thank you. I appreciate everything, and I look forward to seeing you next week. One more thing before I sign off. I got some great stuff coming up. I got some great guests I'm going to bring on here, and I think you're going to enjoy where this is headed. I got some more medical stuff coming up as well. So thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.